Sifu is a game about forgiveness. I know that seems like a strange thing to say when you're watching gameplay like this, but hear me out. Sifu starts like many other revenge stories. In short, the player character loses his father in an attack on his martial arts school and is living with guilt for not being able to defend him. He hones his combat skills and at the age of 20 sets out on a journey to uncover the conspiracy that took his father's life and enact revenge. And revenge is sweet. At first, but the continuation down this path ultimately leads to failure. Upon completing the final fight, the player is sent back to the beginning of the game, seemingly caught in an endless loop of violence and disappointment. Even though your goal has been accomplished, you leave unfulfilled. The mission ultimately failed. Why? Because Sifu isn't a game about revenge. Sifu is a game about forgiveness.
Stress, regret, sunshine, shade, stress, fuck. This is the number one rule for your set. In order to survive, gotta learn to live with regrets. On a rise to the top, many drop. Don't forget, in order to survive, gotta learn to live with regrets. This is the number one rule for your set. In order to survive, gotta learn to live with regrets. If through our travels we get separated, never forget, in order to survive, gotta learn to live with regrets. As sure as this earth is turning, souls burning in search of how you learn and turning in every direction, seeking direction. My mom's crying cause her insides are dying. Her son trying her patience, keep her heart racing. A million beats a minute. I know I push you to your limit, but it's this game, love, I'm caught up all in it.
This isn't something you can figure out your first time through. Only after you have failed and begin again can you learn what you must do. On your second playthrough of the game, all the boss fights that originally could only be ended with an execution can now be handled another way. With a little extra work, each one can be spared. It is only by making this choice that the true ending of the game is unlocked, in which the player character attains enlightenment, not by giving into anger, the desire for revenge, but by forgiving the people who hurt him the most. There's a concept in cinema called mise-en-scène. It's the idea that it's not just the plot that tells the story, but everything in front of the camera, the lights, the sound, the wardrobe, etc. All of these elements working together generally delivers an elevated experience. There is a similar effect in video games when gameplay intentionally and maybe even unintentionally supports or contrasts the narrative, where what we're doing is just as important as why we're doing it. In survival horror games, for example, the context of the plot and setting is scary, sure, but the player is also often weak or disadvantaged in some way, with limited resources, information, perception, or abilities, causing the player to feel tense or be on edge instead of just implying that they should be. Sifu shines with a similar alignment of gameplay and narrative. It doesn't just tell you to forgive others, it teaches you how to forgive yourself. How does it accomplish this? Sifu is designed around death. Each time the player dies, which will probably be frequently, their age grows exponentially toward the limit of 75. While a higher age means having more experience and thus dealing more damage, it also means being more fragile with less overall health. Aside from the small health restored from takedowns, there are no potions, no bonfires, no resets of any kind on this journey. Once your age has been raised, there is no turning it back. This means that you, the player, must learn to live with your mistakes because you will carry them with you.
God, that extra death at the end, really, it's like, you can make mistakes and still win, but at the same time, like, you carry every mistake with you.
Every punch not blocked, every damn low kick not dodged, every piece of health chipped away stacks up against you. Every mistake makes your mission that much more perilous, which makes it easier to become frustrated or fearful, which only serves to increase your chances of making more mistakes. Because failure is inevitable, Forgiveness isn't simply an emotional element or ideological theme in the plot, it's embedded in the very gameplay loop. The only way to beat Sifu is to forgive yourself for not being able to. In practical terms, Sifu demonstrates two fundamentals of forgiveness. The first is to actively learn from mistakes. A wound cannot heal if it is continually reopened. Sifu's environments are treacherous but not hostile. The opponents are difficult, imposing, but not invincible. Be present in the moment. Learn not only their habits and patterns, but your own, like blocking too early or dodging too late, letting yourself be surrounded or prioritizing the wrong target, then work to overcome them. This will lead to the second fundamental, patience. Learning takes time. Growth takes time. For we do not forgive ourselves once forever, but over and over and over again.